Yes, students, coming to the next type of engineering, various field of civil engineering. In that, we talk about the transportation engineering. In transportation engineering, we find roadways, railways, airways, and waterways. You can see the pictures of roadways, railways, airways, and waterways. Roadways is the oldest type of transportation facility available with us everywhere in globally. Railway is also the oldest type of transportation facility. Airways, you find the latest trend, but it was available. And waterways, technology type of transportation has improved. Right, the design of and construction maintenance of these roads, rail lines, and airports and harbors is very difficult and important also, because I should look into the safety of the public. Right, those are using, if you are taking up the transportation on by road, I should see that very in safe you reach the destination. Roads are nothing but connecting two important points, right? You take up the roadways by bus or your own transportation, so you see, we see to that you take up the journey very safely, so that the road is compact and safe enough to take up the load coming on it. Similarly, the construction of it is very important. Structurally, it is very important. Structurally, it is very important, right? Whenever the moment of load is there, vehicle is there, it has to take up the load conveniently. Similarly, waterways and airways and waterways, not commonly we use it, but very rarely we use it. See to that the cargo or maximum load can be transported from one place to other by other place, because the moment of very big cargos, huge cargos are very difficult by roads or the railways sometimes, not every time. So the design, construction, the maintenance is very important parameter. Talking about the traffic engineering, because whenever I take up the design of roadways, railways, airways, and waterways, I should see what is the traffic it is accumulating, what is the capacity of the people I have to take from one place to the other, and what type of movement it has to take up. That and all has to be worried and discussed, right, before I take up the design. So these are the constraints which has to be kept in mind. Coming to the next, environmental engineering, which is very biggest globally accepted type of environmental engineering, because they are talking in terms of our earth safety. So water treatment, or wastewater treatment, solid waste management, air pollution. Those are the very important topics. Water treatment, whatever the water available on this earth is not readily drinkable or usable. It has to be treated at some level so that it can be utilized in a much better way. Once it has been treated, it has to be supplied at various places. Similarly, wastewater treatment, whenever we use this water for our own purpose, the wastewater will be generated. How this wastewater has to be treated and disposed is a very important criteria. Coming to solid waste management, every industry, every house, every buildings, everything will be solid waste management has to will be created by the human, right? So this solid waste management has to be seen that how it can be recycled or how it can be reused for the various purpose, how it can be treated well, so that some byproduct which is a waste product comes out as a byproduct or usable product. And air pollution, today air pollution is a major criteria which has to be thought about, right? It has to be thought, because the carbon emission is increasing, construction is increasing, vehicle movements are increasing, so carbon emission is high. So how to overcome with all that? So we have to think a remedy for it and put a full stop. Coming to the next, it is nothing but the hydraulics. Hydraulics is nothing but talking about the water, talking about the water. So water can be it appears to be very smooth and soft, but it implements the forces. It implements the forces on the pipes. As you can see in the labs, there are some pipes. This water which have been accumulated in the river, dam, and all that, it has to be passed on or moved to the move to the factories or move to the irrigation purpose or we move to the village, how it can be moved from the dam to the village wherever it is required by through pipes. When I'm moving water or running allowing the water to flow through pipes, this water is creating an impact on the pipe. So that pipe has to be designed so it has getting having a flow characteristics, different types of flow characteristics. Similarly, coming to the water resources and irrigation engineering, wherein you find the water resources and irrigation engineering, identify the sources. Rainfall is a very good important sources for us for our livelihood. So this water has to be harvested and recycled and made available for a drinking purpose. Or you do some planning. So for that you have to retain some structures like dams. Planning and construction maintenance of water, retaining like structures. Dams are very, very important so that whenever there is a water rainfall coming up, we have to preserve it. We have to preserve it in the form of a dam. Otherwise, it is not possible to do it. Okay, students. So once again, I'll tell you about brief you the content. Transportation, there are different types of transportation: roadways, railways, railways, airways, and waterways. Then you have environmental engineering, who talks about water treatment, wastewater treatment, and solid waste management, air pollution. Then we have hydraulics, which talks about the mechanics of water, flow characteristics. And the last is the one identifying the sources of water for our livelihood, for our irrigation purpose, for agriculture purpose, for growing and maintaining purpose, for planning. All that purpose it is water is required. So whatever the water the nature is giving, we have to preserve that water in the form of a dam or a reservoir or a lake. So these pictures are depicting all the different types. So finally, we can say that there are different types of various fields of civil engineering associated with that: surveying, geotechnical, structural, environment, hydraulics, water resource and irrigation, and building, water resource and irrigation engineering. So totally 7 are available with us. So with this, you can write, you can understand better what are the different types of engineering and what the roles associated with that. So in the next class, we'll be talking about the building materials. Thank you all. Thank you.